Good morning, Mr. Fry's Algebra 2 class. We were working on this on last Friday, and today, the 12th, this is escape room functions operations. Sorry. Let me just take you through problems. I'm not going to do all of them, but I'm going to kind of lead you along in most of them. Here we go. When we're figuring out level 1, they want us to take this plus this. So we're taking the f of x plus the g of x. And when we add those two together, all we're going to do is combine like terms. So negative 3x plus 5x gives you 2x. Negative 6 plus 2 gives you negative 4. So your answer should be 2x minus 4. And that would go over here to A. Pause this as needed. The next level 1 question, they're wanting you to subtract these. So remember when you subtract, I put it in parentheses, subtract that subtraction, that negative, if you will, is distributed into the parentheses. So it changes the signs back here, becomes negative x plus 3. Now you combine like terms, and you should get 2x plus 5. Question 3. They're saying to substitute in and multiply f and g, the two functions, but substitute in negative 5 for your x values. So substituting in the x values, negative 5, sorry. You just put those numbers in and you should end up getting 69. And then for level 1, here, this one, I'm just going to leave it at this. They just want you to take f divided by g. And so you're just going to take f divided by g, and I'll let you finish at least one of these. So you set it up like that, and you're just going to be doing division. And you're going to get one of these numbers. You'll see, like this one, what would you multiply to get that? Okay, so like x minus 2, what would you multiply in order to get 3x minus 6? So that kind of helps out a little bit. All right. These have nothing to do with, I thought these were supposed to be like unlock the answers for the previous 4 problems. They don't. These just have to do with, solving the whole puzzle, if you will. So you just follow those lines and you get A, B, C, or D. Level 2 problems. I have some level 2 problems up here for you. Going with N, you are to add f and g when x is 8. And so we plug in 8. And you could just plug it in your calculator like that, and you should get negative 104. S, and like I said, pause this as needed. You're going to multiply f and g, and so I just have them in parentheses next to each other when x equals negative 4. So I just plug in that negative 4 for S, or for this S problem. You should get 112 for S. And then O, they want you to subtract. So remember, when you subtract, it's going to change the signs on that back one, that G. So that's why it's negative 4 to the third power minus, I almost wrote plus, minus 2 times 4. So you just work this problem out. I'll let you finish that one, O. So it should be, you just plug that in the way it looks into your calculator. 4 times 4 minus 3 minus 4 to the third power minus 2 times 4. And then G, this is I, should be I. Just substituting in a 1 wherever you see x, and you're taking f of x times g of x when x equals 1. So you're just going to end up with negative 7 for I. You should. W, we're adding the two functions, and when x equals 10. So you'll see in parentheses, I have 10. You can just plug that first problem into your calculator. You should get negative 6. B, I don't know what I was doing up at the top, so just pay attention to this down here. Okay, just plugging in 3 for f of x and g of x, and you're subtracting it. That's all that means. You should get negative 16. H, you're just plugging in a negative 4 for x value, and you are multiplying the two together, so you should get 135. K, I think I skipped K. Because I wanted to show you, I want you to do K on your own because that's an easy one. You're just substituting in x for negative 1 and for x, and you're just multiplying them like we just did. I wanted to explain T. Okay, so T, forget about that whole first f of x first. Figure out your g of x inside parentheses. Figure out that ends up being 13. Now, that value, what this all means is that value that when g of x, when x equals 2, figure out that value, and that value becomes what f, and you're going to plug that in for the f of x problem for x. So the g of x ended up becoming 13, and so 13 becomes the x in the f of x function. And so you end up with 41. That's what that whole thing for t meant. And A should be simple to, just beware when you subtract that G, it changes. So you're going to have minus 2x and minus 2. Okay. All right. Looking at level 3 stuff. I'm going to start to take you through. I'm going to start at the start and then, show you where you should go next and whatnot. So that first problem, you're just going to substitute in 3 for x, and you're going to divide f of x divided by the f divided by g, and you should get 5.5 when you do that on your calculator, when x is 3. Well, they don't have it as a fraction, or they don't have it as a decimal, they have it as a fraction, and 5.5 would be 11 over 2. Okay. For the next one, so that takes you to this problem where you have f of x and g of x added together when x equals negative 3. So I just plug in a negative 3 for those problems, adding them together, and you get 0. 0 takes you down to this problem, where x is going to equal 6. So I just plugged in 6 for each of these and multiplied them together. Ended up getting negative 35. Negative 35 goes here. And so I have, this one is a little bit different. You're going to have 2x plus 1 minus 5 times the x minus 2. So 5 times the x minus 2 ends up looking like this, combined like terms. 2 and negative 5x gives you negative 3x, and a positive 1 and a positive 10 give you plus 11. So it should be negative 3x plus 11. Takes you to this problem here. In that problem, they want you to substitute in a 4 for the x values and multiply the f and g together. You should get 154 when you do that. And then that takes you up to this problem where you're just going to take this divided by this, and you're just going to leave xx. So leaving xx, you should have just that. Should just be as it is written out. Okay. All right. Good luck with those, and moving on and have that finished. You're going to take all of your answers and, put some of the different level answers that you figured out back here and solve the puzzle. So good luck with that.